Hi there, this is lesson 2. Know that you've just been waiting breathlessly to hear this next lesson. This is lesson 2. It's about the communication of mindfulness and objectivity in a role play that you do by yourself. It also can help you when you're in similar roles in public or with other people that you know. So, and vice versa. Those times when you recognize yourself in one of the roles that I mentioned, then that can be educational to you on the spot. And then can educate your inward communication and vice versa. Stick with what's rational in spirituality. If someone tries to drag you away from what you can understand or what is even understandable, they're taking you down the primrose path of nonsense. That won't help you. If you're looking for psychological help in terms of neurosis or some severe perceived problem in life, I recommend seeing a psychiatrist or going to, if you can afford it, Arthur Janoff's clinic in California. Just check out primaltherapy.com. Highly recommend that. Now, if you're just trying to get through the night, just trying to improve your communication and your sense of what is spiritual, then what I have to say is useful. And please keep listening. This particular thing that I'm talking about is very similar to emotional intelligence. It's the ability to pay attention to feeling and to be aware of it and your emotions. That's meditation, the way I teach it, mindfulness, without being carried away with it or by a thought. And once you're reflective in this way, once you calm down your mind by, as I said before, taking a small snapshot of what you're aware of, concentrating on that, and then letting it go, it's like tensing a muscle. There it is. And relaxing it. When you do that, you learn to relax. Pretty simple. Relax your mind so that you don't paste things on reality you don't need to. And then listen to objectivity. That's how you learn. And you form a bond between these two things when you use objectivity to comfort yourself, to help you feel better, because it's your feelings that run your life. Really. I mean, that's a powerful force. So you need to pay attention to them and relate to them in a variety of ways. And this first lesson is about relating to your feelings with objectivity, being mindful of your feelings, and then guiding yourself in life. Now, how do you do that? Well, you have to comfort yourself. You hear about people saying, well, when you become an adult, you learn to comfort yourself. First there's mama, then there's hugging a teddy bear on your own by yourself. And then there's reaching out and giving that love to others, too. This is all self-comfort. And spirituality is very much about self-comfort. It's very much about learning how to do a good job of it. If someone's trying to tell you something, calling it an understanding, but they can't really prove it to you or demonstrate it for you, or in your analysis of the experience you don't seem to find anything useful, and yet they insist this is what you need to believe, well, then you need to avoid that situation. So, the role play, how do you do it? Okay, well, there's a kid in you, an imaginary one perhaps, but no, there's a real emotional level inside of you. I would say about 6 years old and back. The kid in you that's able to speak well, like I said, about 6 years old, but in touch with feelings, wants, desires, and so on, and without the shoulds and all of the other things jumping in the way. And this kid has the power to express his or her feelings and to be aware of them without going overboard. And that's what you get from learning how to relax your mind. Now, from there, the adult in you, what I call the director, talks to the kid in you, helps you to understand what's possible and what's not, and helps you to understand and feel a sense of security, and a sense that you're going to get your needs met. Now, optimism is about having a faith that your needs will be met. I mean, it's not anything mysterious, and it's not a high. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the faith that, hey, there's a reasonable chance I'm going to get what I really need. And this is important for everyone to have in the moment, at the very least, and within their chosen bubble of time, which is a much later lesson. But I'll throw it out there for a moment. This approach will give you a great deal more peace in your life. Now, meditating, the way I described before, is very useful. And so, but it can be overdone. Just pay attention to it, like 5 minutes a day, if you're going to do it every day. And, I don't usually suggest anybody do anything every day. Do what you feel. The tools that I'm trying to give you are things that you can trust your feelings about. Find what comforts you at the moment and do that. That's what's important. Now, the discovery of optimistic intelligence in this regard is largely about a sense of peace. You can see by relaxing your mind, you're going to have a greater sense of peace and direction. But that doesn't cut off the other emotions. You still have joy, love, all those sort of things intermingled. This is normal and healthy. But the focus is largely a kind of enlightenment through peace. And it's taught in a number of different scenarios in the world. Some religious, some not. And I hope that, you can maybe spend the day taking a look at scenes and so on that you find to be helpful. And concentrate on those scenes. Listen to music that helps you feel relaxed. And talk to the kid in you. This part of emotional intelligence, which is very much intertwined with optimistic intelligence, I would call something about peace and something about self-control. The next lesson that you'll hear will have to do with things related to play and creativity. And I hope you'll stay tuned. God bless you. Have a really good day. I'm Reverend David Mitchell Stowe.